Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce Professor Dr. Franz Ruppert. He's the founder and of course the one who founded and started IOPT. For those who are new here, totally have not heard of IOPT, it stands for Identity-Oriented Psychotrauma Theory. And you should have watched the introductory video, but of course nothing beats hearing from the founder himself, who has been doing this work and still researching on it. Let's give a big round of applause to Professor Dr. Franz Ruppert.
Okay, Christine, does it mean that you hand over to me now?
Yes, I hand over to you.
Okay, so I think the applause is also to you and your team to make this event possible. And in many languages, I'm very impressed. I'm also impressed that we are now nearly 400 participants. That's quite a lot. And that shows me that IOPT goes more and more global, and that we are now also having a new state of this community. Also with your help again, Christine, because you organize such an event, and you organize also this IOPT Informed Societies platform. That will be something that helps us to meet and cooperate more effective. That also there are possibilities for exchanging information, but also to find others who are also interested in IOPT. Maybe that offer when you go to another country, that offer you a bedroom if you don't want to go to the hotel, but be together with somebody. And also groups, intervision groups, supervision groups, that are one of the core elements of IOPT, because I think this is one thing that we learn. We need a healthy environment, and a healthy environment around us. This is already something where I want to start with, that we as human beings, we do have two options. The one option is to be constructive, to be a peaceful person, to be a person full of love, full of joy of life, who is socially engaged in good activities. Or the other option would be to be fearful, to be full of anger, to be stressed, to feel that others are against you, that you think you have to do better, to have to fulfill expectations of others. You fear to be excluded. And in the end, to fear that somebody could kill you. So we have these two options. The one option I call the constructive option, and the other is the destructive option. And what does it depend? From what does it depend that the one person goes this way and the other person goes that way? And I think it depends from your environment. If you are in an environment that is healthy, you can develop healthy. But if you are in an environment that is traumatized, is full of violence, then the tendency is to adopt to this environment, that you also become a perpetrator in the end against yourself and others. And so one of my books I wrote, the title is "Who Am I in a Traumatized Society?" Who can I be in a society that is so full of violence? Is there a possibility for me, even in such an environment, not to become hostile, not to become destructive and self-destructive? And that seems not to be easy. If you're born into a family where there is fighting and struggling and competition, yeah, then it's difficult to become the person that is peaceful and loves other people from the heart. And so this, when we look at someone who is a perpetrator, has gone many stages in the development of perpetration, then it always needs to do two things. The one thing is to see what is in his environment. Is he in a healthy environment, or is he in an environment that is destructive? And how did he develop? How does it? What was the way until now? I'm in my age. What did I experience from the beginning of my life? And then we see that already in the beginning of our life, we live in an environment that decides how we develop. And this environment is our mother. We are in the mother. And our mother, in a way you can say, our mother in this moment is our world. And we make experience with the world when we make experiences with the mother. And then we have already this situation that the question is this a healthy mother we are in? Or is it a mother that is confused? A mother that is full of splits, full of trauma energy. And so from the very beginning of our life, the question is, do we have this healthy environment available for us or not? And in many cases, of course, we're working with people that are looking for help. And therefore, it's natural that in many, many cases, nearly every case, people start their life in an environment that is not healthy, that we have to deal with a mother that is not really healthy or not completely healthy, but she is, in a way, a destructive mother. In a way, maybe so far that this mother wants really to destroy you, doesn't want you, does take pills to do an abortion, takes medication during the pregnancy that also could kill you, and so on. Yeah. So the first environment can be very destructive. And so it's hard, you could say, even impossible, to develop in a constructive, healthy way if you start your life in a destructive environment. Because what you have to do is, as a child, you have to adapt to this destructive environment. You don't have another option. You can't leave the womb so easily. And even after birth, you can't leave your mother. You can't go away. And so I go to another mother, or I'm looking for another family. Yeah, no chance. It's not possible. You are a member of this relationship, mother, father, when the father is there and the family is there. Yes, and therefore the question is it ever possible to come out of this state being in relation with something that is destructive? But first of all, I want to put the point on that. When I start my life in a destructive environment, it is that in a way, I see everything around me, and even if it's good, as destructive. This is also a psychological issue, that when you have made first experiences with your mother, and your psyche starts to adapt to this, and that means you split, you develop surviving strategies, you split off from yourself, you give up contact with yourself, You give up contact with your body, with your feelings, sensations. Yeah? You alienate yourself from you. Then this is like the first imprint. With that, you go through your whole life. That you go through life with this damage, in a way, damaged psyche. And even in the world outside, there's somebody benevolent to you and say, I love you, you're a beautiful person, you're so good. And so you don't trust this person. If you then, maybe it's for a while, you have the option, yeah, to find a better environment. It's not so easy to accept this. And so many people do something that that is very sad, that we repeat our original situation that was, I'm in a destructive environment. They do something unconsciously to repeat again and again and be all the time in a destructive environment. That in the end could also lead that you become in your relationships, in your partnerships, an ugly person that does harm to others. Or you become somebody who is a teacher, or is in a company who is a supervisor, or even you are a politician, yeah? And you have no idea, or are far away from that you understand what would be a healthy way of living, what would be a constructive way of living. Because you are from the first experience, from the beginning of your life, you think life is a fight. I have to fight. Life is nothing easy. Nothing that is really joyful. And no, you have to fight for everything. And this fighting also means very often, I want to possess. I want to possess another person. I want to possess goods that belong to me, and I own them. Yeah? Because, of course, in the beginning of a life, a baby wants to possess the mother, because it needs the mother. You need the mother, that the mother stays with you. And if the mother goes away, you cry and make some noise and are angry. You need the mother. But if you do not get her, and you do not grow up and develop your psyche, then in a way you stay infantile. You stay in the child-like psyche. So that later on, if you have a partner, if you have own children, you also again try to possess this person for you, that she exclusively belongs to you. And this, of course, it's destructive. It destroys relationship. When you try as an adult, you try to possess your partner, you try to possess your children, you try to possess your students, you try to possess your employees, or in a way, as a politician, you try to possess your citizens. It is a destructive way of being and fighting. And the same is true with possession. I try to possess many goods. I try to possess a lot of money. Yeah. And in the end, maybe I have much more money I ever can spend, but I never feel safe. I never feel safe to have enough money. And if we look at the system we are living in, for example, the money system, it seems that we have created not a money system and an economy that supports us in fulfilling our needs as best as possible, but creating an economy and a system of money where the purpose is to make money, more money out of money. The purpose is money. The purpose is not the needs of us. And so in a way, we are forced to sacrifice our lifetime for money instead that the money serves for us. And for example, that if a woman gets a baby, then she is forced after a short time to leave the baby in order to work for money and not to be there for the baby. And then not that there's money there for the baby. And imagine if all these resources that are spent for military purposes, for weapons, all the time that is spent in producing that, if this we would invest in creating a healthy environment for mother and children, including, of course, also fathers in that, how healthy our societies could be. And the mother-child relationship, a healthy mother-child relationship, for me, is the basic of a healthy society. That's where everything depends on. Because if this mother-child relationship, where the child lives in a creative in a good way, yeah, and then these people would again stabilize the healthy environment, the healthy society. Yeah. And so if you look at the the situation in the moment, we can say, okay, this humanity is in the majority on the wrong way. It's on the destructive way. And only a few maybe are on a constructive way. And so, of course, the question is, how can we change that? Is there a possibility to change that? That so many people are on a destructive way. We create structures in societies that are competitive, that are exploitative, that put the focus on destruction instead of constructive, and they put also the focus, you can say, to put the focus on death instead putting the focus on life. This also should be our option. Do I in my life things that are leading towards destruction and death, or do I something that goes in the direction of life and joy of life and happiness? And yeah, many of us, I think many of us here also, that have experienced what it means to change from this pathway of destruction, anxiety, stress, towards the pathway of, wow, life is beautiful. And I like other people. I don't be afraid of them. And I don't have at all enemies. Imagine what it means that you call another person, another human being, your enemy. Wow. Yeah, that's a horrible life if you are surrounded from enemies and you have then to protect yourself. And so a life, imagine how it is that you have a life without enemies, that you have a life with friends around you. And the moment we see, also in Germany, suddenly the Russian people that live here, they have their jobs here, they're doing good things, they have, and suddenly Germans say, oh, you're a Russian, you're our enemy. Incredible. How stupid is that? They never did anything to you. They give you joy. They are composers, they are singers, they sell a lot of good things here. And then suddenly calling them enemies. How crazy is that? Yeah. Because if you call somebody an enemy, then he, for you, is no longer a human. He has not the quality of a human being. In the end, you say, oh, this is someone that is as enemy, someone you need to destroy. And the more enemies you kill, the better it is. And this is we should be very cautious, very, very cautious to see another person as an enemy. Of course, we can have differences in what we want and the other, but never call another person an enemy. See him as a human being with his life, biography, and see him as someone who deep down wants the same as you. Because what I have learned from IOPT work is that every one of us deep down wants to live a good life, love and be loved. Deep down, every one of us wants it. And because we have this inside us, we always, in our practical work, are so successful when we lead them back to these basic desires. I want to live, to love, and to be loved. And then healing starts. A process of healing starts. A process of healing that you no longer are in war with yourself. Because if you are in a war with the outside world, that normally means you are in war with yourself. Because no one who has a healthy psyche wants war. No one who has a psyche wants to smash bombs on other cities and other people. No, no one would do it. From your healthy psyche, no, you would not do it. No. And another thing I think what is very important is that all the conflicts we have as human beings are conflicts with other human beings. Of course, we have sometimes troubles with nature when there's an earthquake, a flood, or a volcano that is erupting. That's something else. But most of the conflicts we do have with our fellow human beings. And this means these are psychological problems. These are problems that are created by our psyche. And a psychological problem with the psyche needs to be solved psychologically. You can't solve psychological problems with weapons, with money, with whatever, traveling around the world. No, the only way to solve a psychological problem is solving it psychologically. And this is something that needs also support and needs that we want it, that we want to solve our problems on the level of psychology and do not run away from that. Because many people have fear from their own psyche, or they say, oh, the psyche is not important. The psyche, I want to deal with my psyche. Yeah, but this is what one of my main messages is: take your own psyche serious as possible. Then you will find a solution that is something that stabilizes you. No problem can be solved by violence and weapons. And weapons don't create safety, never. If you should look back only to 1945, when the Second World War, what called the Second World War, ended. Since that day, the end of the Second World War, no single day on this globe was there without any war. Because war creates war. Violence creates violence. Trauma creates new trauma. This is, I think, we need to learn. Taking our own psyche serious seeing that we have to solve psychological conflicts and learning how to solve problems on a psychological level. And I'm so happy that with the IOPT work, with the self-encounters, we can solve every psychological problems. May the conflicts be so deep and big and nearly incredible what people suffered in their childhood. It is possible to solve these problems. And this makes me so optimistic that we now have the option to solve problems not only by doing something, by action, by violence, or by talking, or by belief systems, or by spirituality, or whatever, but we can solve the problems on that level where they came into existence. We can solve them on the psychological level. And we can integrate a splitted psyche. A splitted psyche can be integrated again. It is why I'm so convinced about what I say, because I see it every day in my life, in my practical work, that this is possible. And therefore, of course, all these wars now that are taking place in the moment, all these attempts that some countries try to conquer the world, or some elite people that thinks they are the elite, they are better than others, they have the idea how to save the world. There's no way there. There's no way to go this way. This is destructive. This will always end in more destruction. Yeah? Okay, so there could be even more to say about this, but I also want to come into contact with you and your questions. So please raise up your hand and let us know if you have any ideas also. Why are we so destructive, and what does help us to become constructive again as human beings? Yeah, is there any question you have, or any comment you have to that what I have said so far? Anna, please.
Здравствуйте, Франц. Сейчас многие русские россияне, кто против войны, находятся в странном положении.
Hello, Franz. There are many Russians now in a strange position. Many of us, and even me, myself, we see that we have aggressions even from the side of our own citizenships, even from our family members, in different public places, in the internet. For example, I'm living in the USA, and even because I'm just a Russian, they want to take off my citizenship. It's quite a stress. Of course, we can look at that and understand that people are just under the propaganda and they are speaking with lozungs without their own thoughts. But anyway, it's the stress, especially when such a poisoning comes from the relatives. Which methods and in IOPT can help to integrate this ourselves in the moment when we are in pain? And do you think should we speak and to be in dialogue and tell our opinion if people speak with us in this propaganda language? How do you see this process?
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Anna, for mentioning this, because war, the first victim of war is truth. Pictures also that are made to convince people that, oh, this is the evil, the Russian now are the evil, and Putin is just Dracula and so on. So the first thing is not to listen to propaganda and to understand how propaganda works, how propaganda also turns things around, that the victim tells you, the perpetrator tells you that the victim is the perpetrator. This is the trick in that, yeah. You are the perpetrator in saying the victim is the perpetrator. Yourself, you're a perpetrator, but your victim, you tell the others this victim is the perpetrator. That is a simple psychological trick. And of course, it needs some stability, it needs some consciousness not to believe in propaganda. And yeah, and this is something I would suggest everyone, inform yourself how propaganda works. Find out the tricks of propaganda, all this fake news, all these fake pictures, what they're doing. On both sides, of course. When there's a war, they do propaganda on both sides. And the other thing of your question is, when somebody is in conflict with you, the best we can do to stay in your the healthy part of yourself. Not to let you be seduced and going also in this perpetrator victim dynamic and going into victim attitudes, going into perpetrator attitudes. What this means, of course, one needs to read a little bit one of my books, but all these surviving strategies that fighting against each other, they escalate. It's always an escalation tendency. It's always, so be as best as possible. Stay in your healthy part. Stay connected with you. Don't let yourself seduce to go in this fighting. No, I have to fight and I have to find allies around me. No, stay with yourself. Be yourself. This is, in a way, the best way to live in such a situation, and not to put more energy in this destructive dynamic. So the question is, because it's also important to know that those who are in this fighting mode, who are in this propaganda, and you're the enemy, they need an enemy. They need somebody, because if they do not have any enemy any longer, they lose their purpose. And so I'm not offering myself as someone who is fighting with another, but we can discuss, you can tell me how you see the world, I can tell you, and that's all. But I don't want to fight with you. And also, in a way, of course, we also may say, I don't want to convince you. You have to find it out yourself. It's true. I know my truth. I can tell you something about my truth. But in the end, you yourself are responsible for finding out what's true. And truth is absolutely necessary. Without truth, there is no peace. For peace, we need the truth. Okay, Anna, does it make some sense what I said?
Да, да, и это легко сделать.
Yes, it's easy to do when you are not in the stress already.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
more difficult to leave this state of the stress when you are already in that. When
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I understand. So Anna, maybe if
but
you
maybe
are
you're right.
Yeah, if you are in this state of stress, maybe you close your eyes and ask yourself, what's my need in the moment? What do I need in the moment? And waiting for the answer that's coming up inside yourself. What do I need for myself in the moment, in this stressful situation? Is there something coming up?
No.
Yes?
Да. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Mm.
Go with that. Go with that. What you need in the moment in this stressful situation.
Yeah. It's easy. Danke schön.
Yes, Paulo.
Thank you, Professor Ruppert. Good morning, good afternoon, good night for everyone. It's an honor to be here. I'm from Brazil, and I would like to ask you have your book, Who Am I in a Traumatized Society? And we can say now it's more critical. Some tyrants, some totalitarian governments, and I believe the dynamics of the people who wants to rise against these governments, they can be living in their survival parts, trying to fight against this government. But let's say Russian people, that just as an example, who wants to take Putin out of the leadership, if they rise and take weapons, and I don't know, will they just being aggressive as Putin, or it's possible in any way, in a healthy way, to change this kind of government, these dynamics, based on our healthy eyes? I don't know if I was clear in my question.
Yes, I understand. I understand the conflict you're naming. Do I need weapons to fight for my rights, to get rid of the tyrants? No? This is a question that we have since the ancient time. There were all the tyrants, and the question is it necessary? Is it allowed? Is it to kill the tyrant? But it's not successful. It will not change anything. The revolution only comes from inside. The people learn from these experiences. Okay, for far too long we have trusted in people that are tyrants, yeah? And far too way we have made ourselves dependent on those people and those systems, and we need something else. We want something else. We want another way of living together, and this needs to be created. That needs, and I see in the moment in many fields there are initiatives that people say, how do I really want to live? This old system is gone out. It doesn't offer me any future any longer. These systems, the political system, the economical system, the system of science, it doesn't give us a future, a perspective for the future. So we want something new. And then I think slowly it will grow. With every crisis, more and more people the consciousness will grow. We need something else because the old system is, in a way, it's out. Yeah, it's out. It's not, for me, it's not attractive at all. But how should it be attractive to have enemies and fight with weapons? Yeah, it's so stupid. It's only stupid. It's not cool. In a way, it's far away from being cool. Yeah, in a way, I would say. It's not smart. It's only stupid. It's only stupid. Okay, Paulo. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Katharina.
Hi, Franz. Quick question. Can you say anything about the trauma that is behind being overwhelmed by the media, being overwhelmed by information? Because what I realized for myself that already started with Corona is that I can barely take in any kind of news. I can barely do any kind of research because I'm afraid that I tap into the fear that is out there and that it's becoming overwhelming for myself. So I'm wondering, it kind of feels a little bit like I'm getting frozen or I freeze up around it. So maybe you can say something about that, reaction.
Yes.
That kind of stuff,
Yes.
Because it can easily become kind of ignorant, and I'm not ignorant, but I'm just like afraid that I get swamped away, kind of.
Yeah. So I can say how it was for me the last years. Suddenly I saw that all the media that are officially the official media, they turn towards aggression. They turn towards telling you that you have to be fearful, and yeah, there's a lot of problems and so. And I understood now. This media can't give me proper information, and I didn't want to listen to people who, in their voice, in the way of speaking, in the words they're using, they are so violent. But this was also clear for me. I don't want to get this from these people. I don't want any information. So I was looking for people I could trust. I could trust that they personally, they have no power interest, they have no money interest, they're just interested in the truth. So this gives me the information that I need to clarify the real situation. And of course, by this, we learn how far we already on the abyss, how destructive these systems are. And this, of course, this is very frightening. And this, realizing that, could trigger our old trauma, could trigger our experience in the womb already. That already in the womb we have made the experience that we aren't wanted. Our mother wants to get rid of us, and though this is, yeah, it's not easy to deal with that. Yeah, knowing that what is frightening you in the moment has to do with the anxieties you take with you from the beginning of your life. And the best way, of course, is to deal with these anxieties at the beginning of a life, that you are more open-minded to take the information in that is necessary to understand the actual situation, and not to become hopeless and overwhelmed, and in a way that what's going on is traumatizing you, that you have to avoid information. And the best way is to deal with the deep down anxieties, then you can be more realistic and also see that you have options. In the moment, in the situation now, you do have options, and we do have options that we didn't have when we were so small as children. I know the problem, what you're saying. That in the end, it's, I do the blanket above my head. I don't want to see anything because it's so ugly. Yeah? It's so awful. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Katharina. Merete, please.
Okay, hey, hello, Franz. You mentioned something about trying to soft down conflicts. And then I wonder, could you say something about the dynamic playing out, especially now, about the media's role, why they spread so much false information by videos, photos and information which is not describing the reality. So why do they want to mislead people and distort our reality? Because it's so difficult to know also who can you trust and which sources is trustworthy.
Yeah, the media also are part of the money-making system. They earn money and they want to earn more money. And they are not there to tell you the truth, but the media are there to make money. And the media are also in contact with the power structures in societies, and they serve the power. They are in service. The official media, they are clearly in service for those who are in power, who wants to fight, who wants to lead wars. And if you're part of the media, the official media, yeah, you do this. You're corrupt in a way. Yeah, you let yourself corrupt in this. And so there are many journalists that cannot bear it any longer, so they leave this system. I know many journalists, they leave this system. They do not want to do propaganda all the time. But if you do it, in a way, you corrupt yourself, because they know that they are lying. They know that they are trying to convince people that the truth is not the truth. Because this is also very interesting. The truth needs only to be spoken up once, and then the truth is there. A lie you have to repeat every day. And this is why they make it every day. So on every channel they try to convince you that the lies are the truth, but it's not successful. Intuitively, we know that this is lies, that are lies. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So I don't listen to them any longer. I don't listen to them. Yes, Dagmara?
Thank you. Well, I would just ask a question: what to do in the case of aggression if you experience immediate aggression on you, like like violence on your person, in this situation, what would you personally do?
You mean physical violence? Or?
Yeah, physical violence.
Physical, yeah. I'm not very trained. I'm not very. I don't have so many skills in fighting back. But of course, I would do. I would all my strength I have. I would
use. Yeah.
Best
exactly.
as possible. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Me too. And this makes the situation in Ukraine is so difficult because there are so many civil people who experience right now violence, right? And they have no other choice like fighting. And I was thinking myself, what would I do? I'm Polish. What would I do if there would be some, because we had almost the same situation like Ukrainian before 89. And what would I do? And I was thinking I would go over there and fight as well. Yes, I would. What would I else do? I would start try to protect my family if they would be there. Yes, still. And this is a situation of no choice. And I think it is the reason why it was so difficult for Maria to listen to it. But I want to put another thing also. My father was speaking shortly that he's very sorry that he had to cry a lot because of children who die. And I was thinking he was speaking about children in Ukraine, yeah? And he said, no, I'm also thinking about the Russian soldiers who are young guys whose bodies are sent right now to the Weißrussland. How do you say? From Ukraine, from the front of Ukraine, their bodies are sent to Weißrussland, and they are not sent to Russia because people shall not know about young soldiers, young kids who are dying. And another thing I want to say, also very beautiful, in Poland, there are there are few Russian people living, and they are volunteering some of them are volunteering to the Ukrainian people, saying it is not our war. So maybe there is a way of well, this is, this thing has many levels, because with this war, there are people having their old traumata going up in the people. Yes. And you have the first point, when you take the Maslow pyramid, you have the first point, you have to defend yourself. First point, right? Yes. Then you have old things there. The Ukrainian people will hate Russian after this what happened, if the war will take too long, right? Or not Russian people, Russia as a power situation, because from person to person there is different. Of course, you have to do this differentiation, but and this is already a lot of hate which will have to get built down, because it will be passed down to the children later, right? And we are speaking here very commodly in our warm flats in Germany, and 50% of German gas right now is taken from Russia. So we are financiating, giving money to Russia for this war as well. So we don't have such clean hands as well. So this is a very, very difficult and very problem on many layers. Yes, and I wish it would be so easy, because this thing which you are saying, I agree with this by heart really a lot, that the only way to change this, it is to change the people and the change within us. But how to change in the situation you're getting? You have aggressor over your head. It's so difficult, and they are fighting for money. This and this is so many interests. I was trying to understand the situation, and it's so many interests in play, and it's so horrible to say. Maybe the thing we could do in Germany is to ask your gas supplier and to say, I will not buy gas from Germany, from Russia. So tell me where do you buy it?
Dagmara, may I ask you a question now?
Yeah, of course.
What is your need in the moment?
I just wanted, because I was listening
here.
No,
just wait. Just an overview.
My need.
What is your need in the moment?
I just want to cry about all this situation.
Please do it. Please do it.
Yeah, really a lot.
Please do it, Dagmar. Please do it. Allow yourself to cry now. Yes.
This is.
Yes. Allow yourself to cry now.
You know, and from this point.
Don't talk too much. Don't talk too much. Just stay with the feeling. Stay in your body. Yeah, there's a lot of pain. Huh? There's a lot of pain inside.
Yes.
Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe. Yeah, breathe, breathe. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I will take a lot of time for you if you let me cry. It's a lot of tears.
Yeah, a lot of tears. A lot of that's what you need, huh? That somebody is there who is together with you and can go with your pain and stay when you show your pain and does not run away.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you say this? I want something that is with me when I'm crying.
Yes, I want that there is somebody with me when I cry about it.
Yeah.
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 Yes. But I also want the situation to solve. Yes.
Of course. But first stay with yourself.
Yes.
With your need. What you need is normal. You want to cry, and it's good that there's somebody there staying with you when you cry.
Yes.
Huh?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Dagmar.
Yes.
Welcome.
And maybe the one possibility to do is also to pray and just to think that in the end we are people and not forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we are the same kind of people.
Yeah, wherever we live.
Normal citizen. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Dagmar, because this is also something that important to know, that war is trauma. War is traumatizing. And war is creating pain. And we go to war because our own pain is not solved. And instead of solving their own pain, we go to war and create new pain. And this is a never-ending story. So peace starts when I go in contact with my pain. Then peace can start. And then we can become peaceful. Thank you, Dagmar. Irina, please.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Franz. I just wanted to share with you all that just before this all started, I got your latest book, Who Am I in a Traumatized World? And it's helping me tremendously throughout this situation, because it is so true that we tend to link to aggressor or to the victim when the world is shaking. And at first I didn't know what to think about it, how to react, and but I just knew that I needed some information and the things that you are telling us about how to seek for this information, that it shouldn't shake you emotionally, it should be more analytical. It has helped me, and I found some independent sources of information, and it helps me to stay balanced and to provide support to those who is shaking now, because I also teach English to students, and they ask me questions and they don't know how to react in this situation. And I also tell them not to be a victim or an aggressor in this situation, just stay with themselves, keep peace within themselves. And also today I spoke with one of my students who's an adult woman, and she said that the most difficult thing for her is that this whole situation is splitting friendships, it's splitting families, because people argue about who is right, who's wrong, and up to the point that they break their relationship. And I lost a couple of friends already through that, because they just didn't want to listen to any reasoning. Even when I was trying just to calm them down, they told me that I was supporting aggression, when of course I can't support aggression. And so it's a very difficult time, and I'm sorry that this is all happening, and we all are, and but it's so important to stay balanced. And thank you for your book and for your time and these meetings, because they help us tremendously. Thank you.
No, thank you for this confirmation of this book. Yeah, let's see. My mind.
Yes, this one in Russian, and it's just so timely.
Yes, and Irina, again, when there are these discussions, now they are endless. Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is the evil? Who is the good and the bad? And who is more murderous than the other? That is endless. It doesn't lead to anything. Yeah. And so the question is, what do I need in the moment?
Yes, exactly.
That is what us leading out. That's what us leading out of this endless perpetrator-victim dynamic, this escalation. There's a dynamic that escalates. Okay, yes. Thank you, Irina. Thank you. Rolf, please.
Das ging jetzt schneller als gedacht. Schönen guten Abend zusammen oder schönen guten Tag, je nachdem, wo ihr seid. Zuerst mal habe ich
Good evening, good day. First of all, thank you. And last year, Franz, you
das hat bei mir reingehauen wie ein Blitz.
You had a very important session.
War dann halt im Dezember, Januar schwer krank in Anführungsstrichen.
And afterwards I fell ill in January.
Das Kinder krank werden, und die hatten eine Entwicklungsstätte gemacht anschließend. Und habe gesagt, ich mache bestimmt einen Entwicklungsschritt.
And you know, it's like teething problems, like with children. They fall ill, and afterwards they make like a quantum leap in their development. I thought this was also a quantum leap in my development, and I noticed that throughout my life I was not able to breathe, and so in January I fell ill, etc. And you know, when that illness went over or was over, my brother said, "Oh well, I guess you now need like a device to make your heart work." And I said, "No, I just want to breathe. It's a breakthrough. It's a quantum leap in my development. I want to breathe." But your session kickstarted this development. Now the Pandora's box has been opened, the next shock is out there, and we need to process this. But I'm very grateful for the key. I know when I first heard you in 2020, I thought it was so great how you described the situation. Victim, perpetrator, it's about personal responsibility, etc.
mehr gewerkschaftlich politisch aktiv war.
And I used to work in the unions in my previous life, and I was also involved in events about the Yugoslav war, etc. And I felt very alone back then. And now I'm hopeful, however, because back then I withdrew, I embarked on a spiritual path. I tried to question what is reality, was like a lone wolf idea. That doesn't make sense. And I'm connected with everything. And now with the Corona situation and Ukraine war is like magnifying a situation which has been around already. It's not great, but it's Corona and the war just magnifies certain issues, and it's a possibility to create compassion and understand that I cannot just remove into the spiritual sphere, but I need to look at trauma. And I'm very grateful for this, and I have a lot of work to do.
Vielen Dank und genau, also die.
Thank you for this confirmation.
Und eben die Frage ist nicht,
and the big question is,
laufe ich vor meinen eigenen Schmerzen davon,
run away from my own pain? Do I go to war?
Oder stelle ich mich meinem eigenen?
Or do I face my pain?
Und das ist eigentlich der
And that
viel
is
erfolgreichere Weg.
really much more successful. Yes, that's what I notice. If I can be in loving contact with myself, then I can also be in loving contact with others. I mean, I went to one of those Monday rallies and there was a grumpy policeman, and however, he looked as though he wasn't doing well, or as though he was not feeling well. And first of all, he was really offish, but I said, look, I don't want to harm you, and I'm just wondering whether you're okay. And you know, at the end of the day, she came over and she became all soft and understood that I didn't want to hurt her or anything.
Okay. Thank you, Rolf, again.
Okay.
Now I get the message from Christina that we have 5 minutes left, and we need to change towards the practical, that we do a practical process. So, okay, I hope we get it. Sheila, please.
Yeah, I said I'll make it personal about me instead of saying we. I've lived the majority of my life out of my trauma, and I've engaged in relationships out of my trauma, and chosen my profession out of my trauma, and injured people because of my trauma. And then I managed to heal some of my trauma, but the majority of what's in my life is the consequences of 60 years of living out of my trauma. And so many people don't necessarily know that I'm working on healing the trauma, that I'm working on not repeating those behaviors, but it seems overwhelming. It seems like I just need to start over and live a brand new life.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine what I ask you now? What's your need now? Here and now.
Well, I guess I need to know that there's life after a life of trauma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what need is behind that?
I don't know how to make it a positive statement. I need to be seen for who I am now.
Okay, tell us. Tell all 450 people now. Tell them. Tell them what you want.
I just want a chance.
To be the person you really are. I understand what you mean.
Well, to be the person I originally was.
Yes, the person you are. You, Sheila, who you are.
Yeah. But it's going to take a whole new cast of characters.
Yeah. I want to be seen as me.
Well, this desire to be seen as me just happens to coincide at a period of time where so many people are triggered.
Stay with yourself. Don't think about others.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Don't worry about others. It's about you now. What is it? What do you really want?
I just want to belong. I want to be part of something good. I want people to take me at face value.
Okay.
Who I am.
May I say something that comes into my mind now? I want a healthy mother.
Yeah. I don't even feel like I can want that because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but stay with it. I want a healthy mother. I want my mother to be healthy.
Such a painful idea.
I want my mama to be healthy. Could you speak that out?
I want my mother to be healthy. I just want my mother to be healthy.
I want a healthy mother.
I want a healthy mother. I feel like I lost so much in life.
Yes. But you can win yourself back if you go back to your real needs.
If I go back to my
real needs.
Well, I'm going to believe you.
Okay, can we let it stay with this now for just a short intervention? Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you.
Yes, John. John, are you ready to raise your hand?
John, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm in Russia now, and also here there's a lot of pain and sorrow among the people, and it's a struggle because they're members of the perpetrator state right now, but they don't view themselves as the perpetrators, yeah, and so there's a lot of difficulty. What I see is processing this pain. I see like versions of fight, flight, or freezing. And it's almost impossible for them to have a dialogue about this pain because it's almost as if there's a war for compassion. You know, like my pain is not as valid as, or your pain is not as valid as Ukraine's is, or you're the aggressor, you're the perpetrator. Yeah. So I see a big struggle, and how to deal with that.
Do you know what I would ask you now?
No.
John, what do you need in the moment for yourself?
To be heard.
Mm-hmm.
By compassion.
Yeah, by whom?
I feel that the answer you will say is by mother, but that's I'm trying to find, is that what's inside of me? And that's not what comes to me.
I need to be heard. I need compassion. Maybe you say by myself.
Maybe what?
By myself. I need to have compassion.
I need self-compassion. I need to be compassionate to myself.
Yeah.
That's closer.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to be compassionate by myself.
I need to be compassionate to myself.
Yeah.
Need to find compassion for myself.
Need to find compassion myself because my life was not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And somehow I have lost myself. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So there are other hands raised up at the moment. Sorry, we have a time schedule, and now I think we need to make a break, and then doing also this process work. So sorry for Vlada and Ludmila and also Angela. Sorry for that. But in the moment, I think I want to stay with this time schedule of Christine, that we now have 10 minutes of a break, and then doing a self-encounter process. In order to do, and this, for those who want to do self-encounters, should have to do with this situation, with war and peace and violence and what we are discussing here. Okay, good, Christine. Am I right that you do 10 minutes break now?
Yeah, 10 minutes break, please.
Yeah, we can write it
come
in
back
the chat
by
for everyone now.
45, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You write it in the chat and
45.
45.
8:45. Yeah.
Local time, yeah, 45 local time.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we doing now our self-encounter process. And for those who are the first time here, I just explain it a little bit. It's quite simple. First, we have to find someone who is doing a self-encounter, and this you are doing by raising up your hand, this correction sign, hands up, so we can see who wants to do personal work. And then we make a lottery and find someone, because we only can do one. And please, if you raise your hand, think about that this should have to do with peace and war, with violence, destructiveness, what we are talking in a moment about. Yeah? So this should be an intention that has to do with that. So that we focus on the issue of this workshop. Yeah? So then the next thing, when we have found this person, this person can formulate an intention, and that means you let us know your intention in the chat. You write your intention in the chat. Yeah, for those who are new here, there is a chat function in Zoom. Then you go there. This where you can send messages, and please send then this message to all of us, all in the meeting, everyone in the meeting, so that we can see your intention. You can formulate your intention as a sentence, as a question, or only with only single words. And if you formulate more than 3 words, you have to find out what words are most important for you. So the maximum elements of we work with is 3. You also can only work with 1 or 2. It's also possible, but maximum 3 words you can have then. And for these words, as next step, you choose resonators from the group. Yeah? So you look in the gallery who is there and find someone who resonates with each of the words. So if you have 3 words, you find 3 resonators. And after that, the resonators renaming themselves to this word. You can do it for yourself, or we can help you. And then all the others turn off the video, turn off the audio, and then there's only the person with the intention, the resonators, and me. And then I show you how we go through the process. So this is, in short, how this method works. Okay, so I go also to gallery view now to see how many are here. Wow, so many hands up. And so I need someone to give me a number. I go now in the participants that are not with hands up. I ask Beatrix Leiminger. Beatrix Leiminger, are you here? Beatrix, are you here? Can you hear me? And turn on your audio. It doesn't seem this is here. So I go to Clemens. Clemens, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
You're here. Can you give me a number between 1 and 60?
23.
23 from the beginning, from the end?
From the beginning.
From the beginning, 23. Number 23 from the beginning is the person that I'm choosing now for a work. Lana, it's you. Lana Kaleir. Lana.
А я выиграла.
Are you ready?
Круто.
Okay.
Да,
So, Lana,
готова.
yeah. So you can formulate an intention first, and then we need your translator to.
Так, сформулируй. Готов. Так.
Yes, and those who have raised up the hand, you can turn it down now. Yakachu, das kann ich nur lesen. I can read Yakachu. Aggressor, ich, Täter, Opfer. Huh? This is right? I, victim, perpetrator?
Я жертва, агрессор. А на английский канал переходить?
Yeah, I, victim, perpetrator. Good. So Lana, to make it easier for all of us,
Lana.
Please only choose Russian-speaking people, participant here for resonators, because otherwise we have too many languages. So just those who are maybe Russian, others they can turn off. They do not speak Russian. Turn off your video. Then Lana can find the resonators who are speaking Russian.
Включай быстрее. Можно там было.
Сергей, тебя слышно.
Виктория. Вик, побудешь моим я? Да, ты.
Victoria Popova.
На русском писать название частей. Саша.
Sorry, Franz, I can't. Okay, so I'll be in the main channel with you.
You're now in the main channel. Okay, good.
Саша, ты?
Да, я здесь, конечно.
В основной канал на английский.
Franz, the question is on which language to write, rename the resonators.
In Russian. In Russian.
По-русски пишите.
If you can do it in Russian, please do it in Russian.
Да, если вы можете по-русски это делать, то, пожалуйста, делайте. Напишите,
Мы сейчас на английском канале.
Да, я вот сейчас в основном канале. Если вы меня слышите.
Саша, ты участвуешь?
Да.
Можешь войти в резонанс жертва?
Хорошо.
Саша, can you resonate with victim?
Сергей Солдатов. Можешь войти в резонанс с агрессором?
Да.
Sergey, can you resonate with aggressor?
Okay, and those who are now not resonating, please turn off the videos.
И те, кто не резонирует, пожалуйста, выключите ваши видео.
Sheila, you are not on the place, then I would turn off your video.
Шила, если ты не у компьютера, то я просто сам выключу твое видео.
Okay, so yes, please, some of you are still with the video on, please turn it off. Bianca, for example, Angela,
Те из вас, у кого видео включены, пожалуйста, выключите.
Yeah, Lars, you also. Sabine, you're on with the video. And also Galaxy, Angela. Please turn off the video.
Франц все еще просит выключить видео, те, кто еще этого не сделал.
Then Erdmude, your turn. Please turn off your video, Erdmude. Okay. Yes. Wo ist das Ich? Where is the I?
И где я в этом запросе?
Because you stop my video. Somebody from host stopped my video.
Я говорит, что кто-то меня выключил, организатор убрал мои видео.
Okay, now you again here. You nearly lost your eye, oh God, my goodness.
Теперь на месте. Господи, ты почти потеряла свое я.
Good, Lana. I think you know already self-encounters.
Хорошо, Лана. Я думаю, что ты уже знаешь, как работает процесс запроса.
So then I also turn off my video, give you the space, and only show up if you need my support.
И я тоже выключу сейчас свое видео, дам тебе пространство и буду появляться только когда тебе нужна будет моя поддержка.
And if you need my help, you also could call me.
И если ты сама чувствуешь, что тебе нужна моя помощь, ты просто можешь меня позвать.
Okay.
У меня сердце стучит как бешеное просто.
My heart is shaking like a wild. Любовь, выключите, пожалуйста, видео.
Я, как ты себя чувствуешь?
How do you feel yourself?
С момента начала резонанс, динамика очень быстро меняется.
Since the beginning of the resonance, the dynamic is changing quite fast.
Первое, что я почувствовала, когда вошла в резонанс, давление в глазах и вот моментальное желание заплакать.
The first feeling which I had, it was pressure on my eyes and immediate wish to cry out.
И у меня также стучит сердце, мне страшно, я не знаю, кто я не знаю, что я.
My heart is jumping. I don't know who I am, what I am.
Я не знаю, кто эти люди здесь.
I don't know who all these people are here.
И в какой-то момент я начала терять сознание, и я как будто лечу в бездну, падаю в бездну или кубарем качусь в какую-то воронку. Когда я поняла, что у меня выключили видео, я начала задыхаться.
And at some point I understood that I'm losing my consciousness, that I'm flying in the like hole, in the spiral hole. And it was frightening. And when my video was switched off, I felt like I don't have enough oxygen to breathe. Like I can't breathe.
Я так чувствую, что меня как будто специально кто-то душит.
And I have a feeling like somebody is cutting off the oxygen, like
suffocating.
Suffocating, yes, thank you. Suffocating me.
И так как я не могу почувствовать себя, я даже не знаю, на каком языке мне разговаривать.
And because I can't feel myself, I don't know which language should I speak.
И на самом деле мне хочется подойти ко всем, подходить ко всем. Я не имею в виду участников и заместителей сейчас. Мне просто ко всем хочется подходить и спрашивать, где моя мама.
And my deep wish to come to each and everyone. And I don't mean those who are in resonance right now. I don't mean only resonators, but to everyone and ask, where is my mom? Where is my mom?
И мне очень страшно.
And I'm scared.
Я хочу к маме.
I want my mom. I want to my mom.
И я хочу дышать.
And I want to breathe.
И у меня очень меня сдавливает сердце.
And I have a very much pressure on my heart.
Я очень одинока.
And I'm lonely, very lonely.
I can say I'm absolutely lonely. Я абсолютно одинока. Мне очень страшно.
I'm very scared.
Сколько тебе сейчас лет?
How old are you now?
У меня менялась динамика с момента начала резонанса. Я была взрослая, потом мне было 3 года, потом я была в утробе, а сейчас я взрослая, но все равно мне 3 года.
And dynamic was changing. First, I was 3 years old. Then, first I was grown up. Then I was 3 years old, and then I was in the womb. And now I'm kind of grown up, but I still at the same time 3 years old.
Я чувствую такую большую дрожь по всему телу сейчас.
I feel like a goosebumps all along my whole body.
Все, что ты говоришь, мне все это знакомо.
Whatever you say, it's very familiar to me.
Мне очень страшно и одиноко.
I'm very scared and very lonely.
И мне кажется, что я до сих пор везде, повсюду ищу свою маму.
And I think that everywhere I go, I still looking for my mom.
Мне сложно удерживать здесь сейчас внимание.
And it's very difficult for me to keep the conscience here, to attention here.
И мне очень волнует моя часть жертва. Мне хочется к ней сходить. Я вижу, что ей плохо.
And I care a lot about my parts. For example, I'm very aware of victim part, and I want to go to her and ask her. And I'm worried about her.
А ты видишь кого-то из других частей?
Do you see other parts?
Чтобы не проваливаться в это переживание абсолютного одиночества, я могу смотреть только на себя.
На тебя или на себя?
На себя.
To not go to this whole helpless feeling of loneliness, I can only look at myself.
Я вижу, что есть другие части, я вижу, что жертве очень плохо, но когда я это осознаю, мне становится еще страшнее, и мне хочется убежать.
And I see that there are other parts, and I see that извините, отвлеклась. Yeah, so I just want to run away.
Я не могу быть в контакте с ощущением того ужаса, в котором находится жертва, хотя я знаю, что этот ужас есть.
I can't be in a contact with this terrifying feeling, this terrifying, but at the same time, I know that this it is there.
Мне хочется как-то тебя защитить, но я не знаю, как сейчас это сделать.
I want to protect you very much, but I don't know how to do that right now.
Я хочу пойти к своей части жертвы, спросить, что у нее происходит.
And I want to go to my victim part and ask her what is happening with her.
Моя часть жертва, что у тебя там происходит? Я вижу, как тебе плохо.
My victim part, what is going on with you? I see that you're not feeling well.
Я, конечно, не могу говорить в резонансе.
And I can't speak out of resonance.
Просто все тело разрывается от боли.
The whole my body is splitting on the parts because of this pain.
Ужас, паника и страх.
I have this fear, panic, and yeah, I'm terrified.
Да, и я такого еще никогда не испытывала. Моя стиральная машинка отжимала больше, чем 5 минут. Я думала, я сойду с ума. Я выключила, чтобы вам не слышно было, но это был ад. И она остановилась, ад продолжается.
And I never had this experience before, but my washing machine, it was drying my clothes, but at that very moment, I can't bear this sound. It was so terrible, and the sound was out. I switched it off in order to not disturb you in the process, but the sound is out, but I still completely in this terrifying.
Ну, в аду, in the hell.
In the horror, in the hell.
И это... Мне плохо, что я не хочет на меня смотреть.
And I feel bad because I doesn't want to look at me.
Я не понимаю, если с нами это делает мама, то почему там мужчина внизу?
And I can't understand why, if a mother is doing this to us, why there is a man down there.
Все мое тело заполнено травмированными чувствами. Травматичными.
The whole my body completely filled with something traumatizing. I can't feel it.
No, it's full of traumatizing feelings. И, ну, мне так плохо, просто очень плохо.
And I feel so bad, just completely bad.
На какую-то секунду я подумала, может, все-таки обойдемся тем, что я с мамой, идентифицирована, что это она, там типа жертва. Но это отмазка, то есть это стратегия выживания, это неправда.
And at 1 second, I thought that maybe I'm completely identified with my mom, and those are her feelings and her pain, but it's just a surviving strategy. It's not true.
Ну, то есть тот ад, который я испытывала в утробе, он никогда еще до сих пор не закончился.
The hell which I was experiencing in the womb, it was never finished. It never ended. It still goes on.
Ты в утробе находишься?
Ну и большую часть переживаний она оттуда. Просто меня вышвыривает из нее.
Are you still in the womb? That most of my experiences are from there, but I'm always out from there.
А думать о том, что было со мной в 3 года, я просто не могу. Я просто сойду с ума.
No, but think about what happened with me in my 3 years. I can't. I just can't bear it.
Я не чувствую, что кто-нибудь со мной в контакте.
I can't feel that anyone is in the contact with me.
Я просто на грани между жизнью и смертью.
I'm on the border between life and death.
Я очень хочу тебе помочь и найти этот контакт с тобой. Я пока не знаю как.
I want to help you very much and to find this contact with you, but I still don't really know how.
На меня недавно такое озарение снизошло. Я прям осознала, что моя мама хотела от меня избавиться, когда я была в утробе.
Recently, I had an insight that my mother wanted to rid of me when I was in her womb.
И судя по событиям моей жизни, я поняла, что она это делала неоднократно.
And looking back at my biography, I realized that she was doing it not just once.
Yeah, это правда.
This is true.
Это не то, чтобы даже неоднократно, это длилось так долго.
Постоянно.
It's not just, it is not that it wasn't just once, it was repeatedly happening.
Я думаю, она на протяжении всей беременности не оставляла попытки избавиться от меня.
I think that during all her pregnancy, she never gave up a chance to rid off of me.
Да, мне тоже так кажется.
Yeah, I think the same.
Мне, с одной стороны, от этого осознания того, что это правда, мне, с одной стороны, стало легче.
And from the understanding that this is the truth, from one side, I felt better, like relief.
Просто того, что я наконец эту правду смогла допустить. Я увидела взаимосвязь со всем, с тем, что происходит в моей жизни.
From the understanding that I could accept this truth and I could relay this truth to all my life biography.
Я очень хочу уже остановить это как-то. Борьбу за жизнь постоянно.
And I want to finish this fighting for my life, endlessly fighting.
Жертва, я тебе могу как-то сейчас помочь?
Ну, мне легче.
My victim, can I help you somehow? I feel better now.
И я смотрю на я.
And I'm looking at I.
Мне тоже легче, что она убрала сейчас руки от лица.
And I feel better that she took off her hands out of her face.
Но я все еще чувствую себя здесь, а ты там.
But I still feel myself here and you are out there.
Я честно не понимаю, что там этот, извиняюсь, мужик делает.
And honestly, I can't understand what, I'm sorry to say this, but what is this man is doing there?
Да, я сейчас его спрошу.
Yes, I will ask him now.
Я тоже изначально думала, что мама.
I also thought that there is mom, and the victim says, where is I? Where is I? Oh, okay, she's here.
Я когда хотела вначале назначить агрессор женщину, потому что самый главный агрессор — это моя мама, но почему-то решила мужчину. Не знаю почему.
When I was choosing resonators, first of all, I wanted to choose a woman for the aggressor because the main aggressor in my life is my mother, but for some reason I choose the man.
Моя часть агрессор, скажи, пожалуйста, что у тебя происходит?
My part aggressor, can you explain me? Can you tell me what's going on with you?
С самого начала.
From the very beginning.
У меня кружилась голова.
My head went round.
Все время тошнит.
And I'm sick. I feel sick.
И тремор в руках.
And I have tremor in my hands.
И я смотрю только на себя.
and I look only at myself.
Когда Лана говорила о страхе и одиночестве, мой взгляд смещался на тебя.
When Lana was saying about loneliness and fear, my gaze was turning into yourself. Into you.
И когда за окном стреляют, ну, 20 километров от нас идет бой, я прислушиваюсь и понимаю, что, ну, опасность далека.
When there are sounds of shooting, now there are 20 kilometers far away from us. They have fightings and shootings, but hearing these sounds, I understand this struggle is somewhere far away.
Взрывы как-то меня возвращают. Я концентрируюсь в этот момент.
And the sound of explosions bring me back here. I'm like, yeah, bringing back me here.
Но все время тошнит, очень тошнит, и нужно что-то делать.
But I feel very sick, like ready to vomit, and I don't know, I need to do something.
А ты чувствуешь себя моей частью или, ну, мужской, женской? Как ты можешь писать?
How do you feel yourself? Are you my part, or are you female or male? How you can describe yourself?
Я чувствую и мужскую, и женскую энергию сейчас.
I feel both, female and male.
Но есть такое желание напасть на тебя и душить тебя.
But I have this desire to attack you and start to what this word? Вика, подскажи это слово.
Suffocate.
Suffocate you. Thank you.
И в этот момент я вижу жертву.
And
Смотрю на жертву.
And in this very moment, I can see the victim and I am looking at her.
Он воняет потом. Он так воняет потом. Это невыносимо.
He stinks with the sweat, and I can't bear it.
Я не чувствую ничего, я зафиксирована на этой воне, чтобы не понимать, что со мной происходит.
And I can't feel anything. I'm completely fixated on this stink, and in order to not understand what is going on with me right now.
Ты чувствуешь, что тебя душит?
You feel that you are suffocated.
Нет, я чувствую, что со мной что-то происходит, у меня нет какого-то доступа, и просто все воняет.
No, I feel that something is going on with me, but I don't have access to this, but I feel this, everything is stink around. Stinks.
Это единственная форма восприятия, которая удерживает меня как-то в этой иллюзорной реальности.
This unbearable smell is the only form of this reality which can keep me here.
Я не помню, чтобы меня душили.
I don't remember that somebody would suffocated me.
Но я смотрю на твою шею.
But I'm looking at your neck.
И возникает желание.
And I have a desire. I feel a desire.
Похоже, со мной что-то произошло.
Looks like something happened to me.
А как ты сейчас себя чувствуешь?
How do you feel yourself right now? What's happening?
Я чувствую себя в постоянной угрозе. Я могу, что меня со мной, я могу умереть в любой момент. Я чувствую сжатие в анусе и влагалище.
I feel that I'm not safe, that there is attack from any side, and I feel that my anus and my vagina are fixed, like tight.
Like contractions. Я хочу орать, даже не орать, а выть. Я хочу вырвать все волосы, и я хочу быть некрасивой.
I want to cry out. I want to, no, I don't know this, and like to scream, like wild.
To wail.
And I want to take off my hairs out, like of my head, and I don't want to be any kind of attractive.
Я чувствую постоянную нехватку кислорода. Я чувствую, я постоянно замираю, и мое тело сжимается, у меня сжаты руки. У меня как будто наручники надеты на руках, я ничего не могу сделать.
And I feel constant lack of oxygen, and I feel like my hands are tight, and I can't do anything.
Да, я чувствую, что меня бьют, что я лежу на левом боку, и меня бьют как бы головой об пол еще. Ну, то есть что-то меня все время как бы бьет туда.
And I also feel like I'm lying on the left side of my body, and my head is constantly like shaking and the beating of the floor, pushing like.
Мне начинает болеть голова.
Да,
I feel headache. Yes.
Мне тоже сейчас очень сильно начинает болеть голова. Когда вот я говорила, у меня опять усилилась дрожь по всему телу. Я не помню, что со мной произошло, но я очень хочу это узнать.
I also start to feel this strong headache when I was speaking. I don't understand what it's about, but I want to get to know this.
Lana, may I ask you, were you raised up by two parents? The mother was there, the father was there, or how was the situation?
Как ты росла, тебя вырастили оба твоих родителей, мама и папа были на месте, или как все происходило?
Да, насколько я знаю, мои родители поженились из-за беременности.
As far as I know, my parents got married because of the pregnancy.
Моя мама не любила моего папу.
My mother didn't love my father.
И отец, он по работе жил в одном городе, приезжал только в отпуска, когда мы с мамой жили.
And my father, he was living in another city, but he was coming every time on a vacation on the place where we were living together with my mom.
Mm-hmm. And the year they was all 3 years old. Do you have any idea how the situation was when you were small, 3 years old?
И у тебя есть какое-то представление о том, что происходило, когда тебе было 3 года?
У меня есть одно травматичное воспоминание. Я не знаю, насколько оно к этой ситуации.
I have some traumatic memory, and I don't know if it's connected to this situation or not.
Я не помню, сколько мне было лет. Моя мама резала вены при мне из-за конфликта с отцом.
I don't remember how old was I am, but my mother was cutting her hands and veins because of the conflict with my father.
That means he tries to commit suicide.
То есть она пыталась совершить самоубийство.
Да, я до сих пор помню эту ванну, полную крови.
I still remember this bath full of her blood.
Shocking, huh? It's very shocking.
Это ужасно.
It's terrible.
Terrible situation. Could you say this? I'm so afraid that my mother will die.
Можешь это произнести? Я так боюсь, что моя мать умрет.
Я так боюсь, что моя мама умрет.
Yeah, Lana, is your mother still alive?
Лана, твоя мама все еще жива?
Она умерла 15 лет назад.
She passed away 15 years ago.
Okay. I think we should include her here in the process.
Я думаю, нам стоит включить ее в процесс.
That you find a person that is resonating with your mama.
Найди человека, который резонирует с твоей мамой.
Екатерина красивая.
Екатерина is beautiful.
Какая?
Которая боком сидит.
Which one? The one who turned at one side.
Екатерина, можно попросить iPad?
Благодарна, что ты меня послушала.
Ekaterina, iPad, can I ask you to resonate with my mom? And I said, I'm so grateful to you that you heard me, that you listened to me.
Да, я готова.
Yes, I'm ready.
Можешь переименовать?
Can you rename yourself?
Не очень помню, как это сделать. Сейчас, секунду.
I don't really remember how to do this. Just a second.
Так. Если подскажете, я сейчас это сделаю. Чуть не соображу, как это сделать.
Can you give me instructions on how to do this? А ты с телефона или с компьютера?
Я с планшета.
Там подробнее должно быть.
Да у нее никогда не получится переименоваться в маму. Уж так задумано.
Can I rename you? I put to it.
Сейчас Франц переименует.
Is it one M or two M? One M, two M?
Одна М или две М?
One M. Like this. Okay.
And
Catherine, can you turn off your video? Catherine?
Катрин, можешь выключить свое видео? And the victim said that it's on purpose. She will never find a solution to name herself.
Я не поняла, мне нужно выключить или кому-то другому?
I didn't get. Should I turn off the video or someone else should do that?
You stay. Mama stay.
Ты оставайся, мама остается.
Right, Claiborne Road, then turn right.
Я начинаю сходить с ума.
I'm getting crazy.
Но это лучше, чем помирать.
But it's better than dying.
Ты смотришь на маму, жертва.
Не, я краем глаза, да, но я смотрю на себя. Я могу вообще быть, как-то существовать только если я смотрю на себя.
Are you looking at mom? No, yes, with the side of my eye, I'm looking at her, but actually I can survive and exist only if I look at myself.
Мне хочется сейчас сказать, что я с тобой.
I want to tell you that I'm with you.
Честно.
Honestly?
Да.
Мне так был нужен кто-то рядом со мной.
I need so much that somebody would be nearby me.
У меня такое ощущение, что я схожу с ума.
I have a feeling that I'm getting crazy.
И вот когда она расчесывает волосы,
And when she's making her hair,
это что-то ужасное.
something,
Я не могу это выдержать.
it's something terrible. I can't bear it.
Еще чуть-чуть, и я буду переполнен.
And just a little bit, and I'm going to be completely overwhelmed.
Сколько можно волосы так долго?
Что ты будешь делать, когда ты переполнен?
How long she can do it with her hair, and what are you going to do when you are overwhelmed?
Нужно это остановить.
I need to stop it.
Вот это расчесывание волос.
Что ты будешь делать?
But what are you going to do?
Я не знаю.
I
Но
don't
я
know.
это еле выдерживаю.
But I hardly bear it.
А кого ты там видишь вместо я?
And whom do you see there?
Эти движения сводят меня с ума. Вот что-то происходит со мной в этот момент. И она не заканчивает это движение.
Those movements, they make me crazy, and something is going on with me, but she never stops it.
Поднимается тошнота.
I feel sick again and tremor.
Я сейчас увидела, что когда появилась моя мама, моя часть агрессор стала активной.
I saw that when mama appeared, then my part aggressor became active.
Когда она закончила это, я выдыхаю. Иначе это нескончаемое сумасшествие.
When she finished, I can
С этими волосами.
I feel relief. Otherwise, it's like completely madness with this hair.
Я что-то не выдерживаю.
Все тебя от мамы уводим.
We are all moving you away from mom.
Я сейчас спрошу
I will ask I.
Когда ты начала говорить с Рупертом, с Францем, я почувствовала облегчение, потому что ты сняла с меня эту тяжесть невыносимых чувств, которые я чувствовала, и я знала, что больше я туда не пойду.
When you were speaking with Franz, I felt relieved because you took off this part of unbearable feelings which I was wearing, like was carrying. But and now I know that I'm not gonna go there again.
Чем больше ты с ним говорила, тем я больше уходила, я чувствовала, как я ухожу в раскол.
The more you spoke with him, the more I felt that I'm going into the split.
Я начала чувствовать, что все, что я чувствовала до этого, не имеет ко мне никакого отношения.
I start to feel that everything I felt before doesn't correspond with me.
Я поняла, что я теперь снежная королева.
And I realized that I am this, how do you say this?
Snow Queen now.
Snow Queen.
И когда ты рассказывала про ванну полную крови, единственное, что мне хотелось сделать, кричать тебе, а почему она это сделала? Во всем виноваты волосы. До того момента, как появился Франц, и в какой-то момент, когда он только начал говорить, я увидела ножницы, и мне постоянно хотелось отрезать волосы. Я хотела кричать, что во всем виноваты волосы. То, что она сделала с собой, во всем виноваты волосы.
And when you spoke about this bath full of blood, I was thinking like, but why? Why did she do this? And then I said that the reason, I thought the reason is hair. The hair is the reason. And then when you start to speak with Franz, I saw scissors, and I was thinking about to cut the hair because this is the reason what's happening to her.
Но потом я не слышу тебя.
Мои волосы не виноваты, я не виновата.
My hair are not the reason for this, and I'm not the reason of that.
Чем больше говорит часть агрессора, тем больше я хочу его провоцировать.
And the more part of aggressor part speaks, the more I want to provocate him.
Это все уходит в сторону.
Provoke him, yeah, but everything is driving us from.
Да, я хочу сказать, что это моя, похожа на мою маму. Она провоцировала папу.
It looks like my mom. She was provoking my dad.
Мама, скажи, пожалуйста, что у тебя происходит?
Mom, say what's going on with you.
Сначала у меня было такое состояние оцепенения и такого какого-то холода, какой-то замороженности.
I felt numb and cold and freezed.
У меня какое-то тотальное безразличие ко всему, что происходит.
And I feel complete, like I don't care at all what's going on.
Единственное, кто привлекает мое внимание, это вот мужчина.
And the only
там что-то важное для меня есть, но я не могу даже уловить что, потому что в каком-то таком отупении.
The only one who attracts me is this man, but I can't say what is exactly there because I'm completely in this dullness.
В какой-то момент я увидела, что у меня не было окошка с «я», то есть я начала листать, искать, как чисто технически, где оно было. Когда я посмотрела в это окошко, я поняла, что мне туда смотреть совсем неинтересно.
And at some point, I saw that I don't have a window with the part I, and I start to search for it. And when I found it again, I looked and I thought that, no, it's not interesting to watch there.
Удивительный момент. Я тут чувствую себя как кролик перед удавом. Мама говорит, и я замираю.
It's interesting because I feel here myself as a rabbit in front of the snake. Mother speaks and I'm like freezed.
Мне это нравится.
I like it.
Перед своей мамой я себя так и чувствовала. Я могла только замереть.
And close to my mom, I felt only like that. I could only freeze and feel numb.
Еще я вот вижу в самой Лане, я вижу ребенка.
Looking
смотрю туда, я вижу ребенка, маленького ребенка. И туда мне тогда как будто бы что-то типа жаль.
When I look at Lana, I see a small child, and I don't want to see her because I feel like something like pity, and I'm sorry.
Ну, какое-то такое призрачное, что это отупение все равно, оно забирает свое.
But this dullness takes everything.
Моя мама, ее мама, моя бабушка умерла, когда было 13 лет ей.
My grandmother, who was the mother of my mother, she died when my mother was 13.
Я уверена, что она там так и осталась.
And I'm completely sure that she stayed there.
Я тут при чем?
Мне тоже пофиг, честно говоря, потому что я всю свою жизнь буду сидеть и ждать, когда мама мистически преобразится в нормальную. Я буду ждать.
How does it correspond with me? And I don't care about it because I'm gonna sit here and wait.
Okay, Lana, may I say something?
Хорошо, Лана, могу я что-то сказать?
Is this aggressor as a man? Do you have any idea who this man is?
И вот этот агрессор в качестве мужчины, у тебя есть какое-то представление о том, кто бы это мог быть?
Папа.
Okay. The two things. The one thing, your mother doesn't want you, doesn't love you, doesn't protect you.
No, she's killing me.
Yeah. Tries to kill you.
Здесь вот две вещи. С одной стороны, твоя мама тебя не хочет, не любит, не защищает. Нет, она меня хочет убить. Да, она пытается тебя убить.
And then extra.
И она наслаждается тем, что я страдаю. Ей нравится, что меня мучают.
And she's enjoying that I'm suffering. She's enjoying that somebody is torturing me.
И ее страдания важнее, чем мои страдания.
And her suffering is more important than mine.
And additionally, there's a father that looks like he also could have maybe raped you as a child, I don't know, but he's also not protecting you, not loving you.
И в дополнение к этому твой отец выглядит так, как будто, может быть, он тебя насиловал, но видно, что он тебя не защищал, не помогал тебе.
So in a way, you are a victim of both of your parents.
То есть в определенном смысле ты являешься жертвой обоих своих родителей.
What do you need now?
Какая твоя потребность сейчас?
Я хочу разделиться со всем этим.
I want to separate myself from this.
Я не хочу, чтобы страдания мамы были важнее, чем мои.
I don't want that my mother's suffering would be more important than mine.
К папе я даже боюсь подступиться.
And I'm afraid even come closer to father.
Он действительно не защищал меня. Меня мама била.
Really, he didn't protect me. My mother was beating me.
What do you need now?
А сейчас что тебе нужно?
Я хочу безопасность.
I want protection. To feel safe, to be safe.
Я так устала вести бесконечную борьбу.
I'm tired of this endless fighting battle.
Yes. Can you do this to your eye and to the other part?
Можешь ты это сказать своему я и своей другой части?
I want to feel safe. I want to come in peace.
Хочу быть в безопасности, хочу чувствовать покой.
Я очень хочу быть в безопасности, чувствовать покой. Но я себе сейчас еще такое замороженное чувствую.
На этих словах я засыпаю.
And I still feel myself freezed. And aggressor said that I'm falling asleep with these words.
Я сейчас вся напряжена.
And I feel like I'm completely tensed under pressure.
Я как будто постоянно на стороже и жду, откуда может прилететь.
Like an emergency state. I'm always aware from where can it come, from where can it come.
Я вообще с пояса вниз не могу пошевелиться.
And I can't move at all, starting from my navel till the down.
Забетонировано.
I'm completely like concrete.
Сильно хочется спать.
I want to sleep very much.
Мне тоже.
Me too.
Ее вообще никто не спрашивал.
Nobody asked her.
У меня очень много к тебе агрессии сейчас.
I have a lot of aggression right now to you.
К маме?
Нет, к тебе.
To mom, not to you.
Потому что я чувствую себя абсолютно брошенной.
Because I feel myself completely left here.
Я абсолютно холодная и замороженная.
I'm freezed. I'm absolutely freezed and cold here.
Единственное, что я делать могу, играть своими волосами и быть сама собой.
The only thing I can do here to play with my hair and to be with myself.
Я не чувствую поддержки, я не чувствую тепла, я чувствую себя брошенной и никому не нужна. Даже тебе.
I don't feel support. I don't feel warmth. I feel myself left alone here, and nobody needs me, and even you don't.
Я чувствую высокомерие и презрение от матери.
Ой, помоги мне это перевести.
I feel aggression and aversion from my mom, and I feel how she enjoys it. Я чувствую, как она этим наслаждается. Ей нравится меня мучить.
And she likes to touch me.
Okay, now so this is going on. Was outside with the parents, it's now inside you.
Итак, вот это то, что происходило снаружи, но сейчас эти родители внутри тебя.
You fight against yourself.
И ты борешься сама с собой.
Yeah, so maybe first of all, you commit that you say, I want to be loved.
И, может быть, сначала признайся себе и скажи: «Я хочу быть любимой». Хочу, чтобы меня любили.
Я хочу быть любимой.
I want love, warmth.
Я хочу любви и тепла.
Я хочу любви и тепла.
I want to be welcomed.
Я хочу, чтобы меня приветствовали.
Хочу, чтобы меня приветствовали.
I want to be seen.
Я хочу, чтобы меня видели.
Хочу, чтобы меня видели.
And I want someone to see my pain.
И я хочу, чтобы был кто-то, кто видит мою боль.
Хочу, чтобы был кто-то, кто видит мою боль.
And my loneliness.
И мое одиночество.
И мое одиночество.
Can you say this to your eye?
Можешь это сказать твоему «я»?
I want you to see my pain, my loneliness, and my longing for love.
Я хочу, чтобы ты видела мою боль, мое одиночество и мое желание любви, мою потребность.
Чтобы я видела.
Чтобы я, твое «я», видела.
Я хочу, чтобы ты видела мою боль, мое одиночество.
Мою потребность в любви.
Мою потребность в любви. Я прям каждое слово говорю, мне кажется, я еще больше замораживаюсь.
With every word I'm saying, I feel that I'm even more and deeply freezed.
Я чувствую себя в тотальной небезопасности.
Frozen. And I feel myself completely not saved. Totally not safe.
Yeah. To protect yourself. No?
Да, защитить саму
By
себя.
freezing, you protect yourself.
Так вот, замораживаясь, чтобы защитить себя.
Да, потому что поножовщина с мамой 1 на 1, и мама всегда выигрывает.
This battle with my mom, 1-to-1, and my mother is always the winner.
Я уже не могу так.
Я тоже не могу.
I can't bear it anymore. Me neither.
Ты что-то говоришь?
I was saying something.
Да, я хотела тебе сказать, что когда Франц просил тебя сказать мне слова, ты, наверное, не заметила, но меня выбросило из процесса, у меня что-то случилось с интернетом. И я вернулась только в конце, и когда я поняла, что меня выбросило, и компьютер грузится, что она меня не пускает, я подумала, слава богу, я не просто это знаю, я все это чувствую, это все часть меня, и у меня сводят ноги, когда я настолько чувствую себя беспомощной и не в состоянии что-то изменить, что я не хочу, чтобы ты мне это опять повторяла.
And I don't know if you noticed that or not, but when you start to speak out these words which Franz told you to speak, my internet connection was broken and I disappeared. And then I was coming back and I thought, while that was the system was processing my coming back, I was thinking, oh, thank you, God, because otherwise I can't bear it. It's just impossible to bear these feelings. Да, ничего не упустила, Вик?
И еще что, когда я чувствую эти чувства, это очень важно, что я чувствую себя беспомощно что-то изменить, что I'm not capable to change something, and I can't stand these feelings.
But I know that those feelings are real and they're mine.
It's yes, да, я знаю, что это мое, но каждый раз, когда я чувствую this moment, I realize that I'm not capable to change anything.
Каждый раз, когда я чувствую, переживаю эти чувства, я осознаю каждое мгновение, что я не могу ничего изменить.
Да, я до сих пор чувствую себя беспомощной.
I still feel myself helpless.
Я чувствую, что моя голова настолько хрупкая, что она может разбиться, как ваза.
I feel that my head is so fragile that it can be broken like a vase.
Я чувствую угрозу этой мамы, что она может до сих пор мне навредить и сломать мне голову.
I feel like my mom can damage me and she can break my head.
Ну, просто на место я встала мама.
Because on the place of the I, mother stepped on.
И когда я вижу еще эту маму, которая закатывает глаза и делает всем одолжение своим присутствием, я понимаю, что для меня, как для я, здесь никогда не будет места.
And when I see this mom, when she's like puts her eyes, rolling her eyes, and the way she represents herself, then I feel like there is no way for me.
Place for me.
No place for me.
Да, я поняла, она все время раскалывает нас от нашего я. Ну, нас всех, вернее.
Yeah, I understood that she's splitting us from our I every time.
Она меня ненавидит. Мать меня ненавидит.
She hates me. My mother hates me.
Yes, this is the two sides, Lana, no? Two sides. The one
Да,
hand.
Да, вот это вот две стороны, Лана. С одной стороны.
You love your mom.
С одной стороны, ты любишь свою маму.
You love your mom.
А ты любишь свою маму.
Can you speak it out? I love my mom.
Можешь это произнести? Я люблю маму, мою маму.
Я люблю мою маму.
I need her.
Она мне нужна.
Она мне нужна.
I need her love.
Мне нужна ее любовь.
Мне нужна ее любовь.
And you know she doesn't love you, she wants to kill you.
И ты знаешь, что она тебя не любит и хочет тебя убить.
That's painful.
И это очень больно.
Да. Моя мама хочет меня убить, она меня ненавидит.
Breathe. Just breathe. Only breathe.
Просто дыши.
Мне хочется отгородиться от этого.
I want to be protected from that, to separate myself from that, to make a wall from that.
Well, it's not about a wall, it's about that this pain can show up, Lana.
Это не о том, чтобы отгородиться, это о том, чтобы эта боль могла проявить себя. показаться.
Да.
That
Я
you
хочу
allow this,
почувствовать.
to allow this pain to come out and express.
Чтобы позволить этой боли выйти наружу и проявить себя.
Да, я очень хочу.
Yes, I want it very much.
Breathe and feel when the pain is coming. Let the pain come.
Да, дыши и чувствуй, как боль поднимается.
Я с тобой.
Breathe. No need to hurt you any longer yourself.
Тебе больше нет необходимости причинять себе боль.
Да, я не хочу причинять себе боль.
I don't want to hurt myself.
Breathe.
Дыши.
Take a deep breath.
Сделай
Connect with
такой,
your body.
сделай глубокий вдох, чтобы соединиться со своим телом.
Connect with your body. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Connect with your body.
Да, соединись со своим телом вот так хорошо. Соединись со своим телом.
And breathe.
И дыши.
Stay in your body. Connect with your body.
Оставайся в своем теле. Будь вместе со своим телом. Соединись со своим телом.
Очень страшно.
It's very scary.
You can protect yourself now.
Сейчас ты можешь себя защитить.
You can be here for you now.
Ты можешь быть здесь для самой себя сейчас.
Now you're no longer a child. Now you can protect yourself.
Теперь ты уже больше не ребенок, и ты можешь себя защитить.
Я могу себя защитить.
I can't protect myself.
And breathe. Continue to breathe.
И дыши, продолжай дышать.
And you can decide how much pain comes up. If it's too much, you stop it.
И ты можешь решать, как много боли можно сейчас выйти наружу, подняться. И если слишком уже, ты можешь остановить.
And if you want to go deeper, you go deeper.
А если ты хочешь еще глубже войти, ты идешь глубже.
Я хотела поглубже, но я не хочу это через насилие.
I want to go deeper, but I want to do this through violence.
No, not that.
Нет, через насилие не нужно.
Do it with love, not with violence.
Делай это с любовью, не с насилием.
Я хотела бы спросить жертву.
I wanted to ask my I and my victim.
Я как ты?
I, how are you?
Ну, мне было, когда я положила руки на грудь, вот так, я чувствую, как мое сердце бьется у меня под руками, и
When I put my hands on my breast, I feel how my heart is like jumping and beating underneath my hands.
И с одной стороны, я чувствую, что я живая, когда чувствую, как бьется сердце, а с другой стороны, меня охватывает ужас.
And from one side, I feel alive when I feel how when I feel the beating of my heart, but at the same time, I'm completely terrified with this.
Потому что я чувствую себя в этот момент трехлетним ребенком, смотрю на свои руки и думаю, как же я маленькими этими ручками смогу себя защитить.
Because I feel myself as 3 years old child, and I see my small hands, and I think, how can I protect myself with such a small hands?
И мне хочется плакать.
And I want to cry my tears out.
И мне страшно.
And I'm scared.
Я не могу себя защитить, у меня такие маленькие ручки.
I can't protect myself with such a small hands.
У меня теперь большие руки, я могу тебя защитить.
Now I have big hands and I can protect you.
Я очень хочу тебя защитить.
I want to protect you very much.
Мне легче, что ты это говоришь, но у меня, я чувствую фрустрацию, я как бы теряюсь, я еще не могу поверить, что кто-то может меня защитить, и я чувствую, как мои руки заморожены, или мои руки заморожены или парализованы. Я еще не могу поверить, что кто-то может меня защитить.
When I hear this, I feel better, but I still can't believe that it can be happened, and I feel frozen, like my hands are frozen, and I don't really believe that somebody can protect me.
Я очень хочу взять твои ручки в свои и их согреть.
I want to take your hands in mine and warm them.
Сказать, что все закончилось.
And to say that everything finished.
Ничего не закончилось.
Nothing finished.
Ну, когда сейчас появилась жертва, мне стало не так страшно, потому что когда вот этот пустой квадратик был, мне казалось, что я тут навсегда одна останусь.
When victim appeared, then I don't feel that much scared anymore, because when there was only square without her, I felt like I'm gonna stay here alone on my own forever.
Но я тоже знаю, что ничего не закончилось. Этот ужас не закончился.
And I also know that nothing finished.
Подо мной находится моя мама, и я постоянно вижу маму, и чтобы на тебя посмотреть, мне приходится искать тебя глазами.
That this horror is not finished, and I see my mom. She is underneath me on the screen.
And I can't find you with my eyes. I can't see you.
Я хочу увидеть тебя, но я не могу тебя увидеть.
И мои ноги парализованы. Я последние минут 30 совершила только одно действие с ногой, и они настолько жесткие и застыли в одной позиции, что кажется, что их нет.
And my legs, they are freezed and they are stuck. For the last 30 minutes, I made only one slight movement, but I feel like I don't have legs, basically.
А у меня вообще не пошевелились.
Что у тебя?
Вообще ни разу не пошевелились. Ноги ни разу не пошевелились.
And I didn't move my legs even once.
Я в каком-то... Мне иногда кажется, что у меня расслаивается сознание.
I feel like my conscious is going into slices.
Короче, ладно, я тебе скажу просто, потому что это уже пытка для меня.
I tell you because for me it's a torture.
Ну вот твои чувства, вот тогда, когда ты там пытался чувствовать, это самое важное. И, и сейчас мне нужно, чтобы вы нашли друг друга, и потом бы обе меня защитили, и мы бы выплакали это. Но сейчас это точно невозможно.
I feel like the feelings when you were trying to feel your feelings, it was the most important. And for me, it is the most important that you would come into the contact with your eye, and then two of you came together to save me. And otherwise it can't happen.
Это не произойдет ни сегодня, ни через неделю. И я буду вот так там сидеть за баррикадой и беречь себя, там, бороться с этой паникой, как-то выживать.
Я не могу с тобой соединиться, пока большую часть пространства, твоего внутреннего пространства занимает мама. Мне нет места, я уже тебе сказала, пока есть мама.
Про меня?
But you
Нет,
cannot
себя,
but
про себя.
But you cannot rescue me right there, and it will not happen in 1 week or in 1 month. I'm gonna sit here and protect myself as far as I can. And I says that, but I can't come together with you, Lana, while your mother is taking so much of the space. She's taking the whole space.
А можно попросить маму выключить?
Такое ощущение, что эта мама у меня вот здесь.
Can I ask my mom to switch off the camera? And I says that, but I feel like my mom is out here.
Inside here, like you put mom to me here.
То есть как будто она внутри меня, как будто ты ее закладываешь внутрь меня.
Мне выключить камеру?
Should I switch off the camera?
Да, пожалуйста. Часть агрессора, если ты не чувствуешь моей частью, можешь тоже выключить.
My aggressor part, if you don't feel yourself, if you don't feel my part, so just switch off your video.
тоже выключу, ладно?
I also switch off the video.
Я сейчас опять чувствую такое же давление, как в начале процесса в глазах.
I again feel this pressure on my eyes as in the beginning of the process.
И это не... я чувствую очень много горя.
And I feel a lot of
Sorrow.
Sorrow, yeah.
И я чувствую одиночество.
And I feel loneliness.
Но мне сейчас легче, что здесь только ты и я.
But I feel relief because only you and me are here.
И я могу быть взрослой сейчас.
And I can be grown up right now.
И я могу быть честной и тем, кто я есть, в своей подлинности.
And I can be honest and I can be the way I am in my
authenticity. Я могу быть... Сейчас мне безопасно быть собой.
Now I feel safe to be myself.
И я могу дышать.
And I can breathe.
И я чувствую наслаждение от того, что я могу быть взрослой.
And I feel pleasure or enjoyment from the fact that I can be grown up.
Я хочу быть взрослой.
I want to be grown up.
И здесь у меня как будто больное место, как будто здесь дырка, и мне хочется это защитить.
And I feel like I have a hole here and I want to protect this place.
Я теперь могу защитить.
I can protect you.
Я хочу, чтобы ты никогда не оставляла меня трехлетнюю одну.
I want that you never leave me alone in my 3 years.
Я тебя больше никогда не оставлю.
I will never leave you alone again.
Мне очень хочется тебя обнять.
I want to hug you so much.
Я хочу дышать полной грудью.
I want to breathe with the whole breast, like with the full lungs.
Я могу дышать полной грудью.
Yeah, I can breathe with like a full lungs.
Мне очень-очень нужно.
I need you very, very much.
Я могу быть только когда... Я могу быть, проявляться и быть в безопасности. Не знаю, я не могу сейчас сформулировать. Я вот просто чувствую сейчас себя... То есть мне очень важно быть в безопасности.
I can be myself and represent myself, express myself when I feel safe. And it's very important for me to feel safe.
Но с другой стороны, я до конца не знаю, как это.
But from the other side, I still don't really know how is it.
Я очень хочу быть безопасной для себя, для тебя, для нас.
I want to be safe for myself, for you, and for us.
Я хочу покоя и безопасности.
Я хочу безопасность.
I want to be in peace and I want to be safe.
That's the way, huh? That's the way to go.
Это вот тот путь, это выход.
Connect with you, feel you, love you, breathe.
Соединиться с собой, любить себя, чувствовать себя и дышать.
Trust yourself.
И доверять себе.
That leads you out of this perpetrator-victim thing, and you can be
Это то, что выводит тебя из этой всей динамики жертвы-агрессора, и ты можешь это оставить позади.
When you connect with the I, then you also can take this part, the victim part, more and more in.
Когда ты соединяешься со своим «я», ты все больше и больше можешь интегрировать свою часть жертвы.
Мне сейчас, если бы мы были в офлайне, мне просто хочется обнять тебя, мое я, просто так стоять и все.
If you would be offline, I want to hug you and just stay with you together.
Ну, я хотела тебе сказать, что у меня потеплели руки и ноги.
I wanted to say that my arms and feet got warm.
И я переставила ноги, скрестила ноги, могу двигать ногами.
And I changed the position of my feet, and I can move my legs.
Я чувствую, что ты сейчас со мной и для меня.
I feel you are here with me and for me.
Что этот ужас, который есть внутри, он меня не убьет.
That all this horror which I have inside, it won't kill me.
Yes.
I'm with you.
И мое сердце больше не бьется очень быстро и сильно.
And my heart is not beating fast and like.
Сейчас мы в безопасности.
We are safe now. We are in safe.
Okay, Lana. Very, very good result of this self-encounter.
Хорошо, Лана. Это очень хороший результат встречи с собой.
No longer being afraid of your feelings and what's inside you.
Что можно больше не бояться своих чувств и того, что внутри тебя.
No longer need to run away from yourself.
Больше нет нужды убегать от себя.
and move.
Можно двигаться.
Yes. Yeah. So move. Yeah.
Да-да,
Yes.
двигайся.
Do it. Yeah. You do not need to be afraid when you move, and yeah.
Тебе больше не надо бояться, когда ты двигаешься.
Да.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, Lana. Yeah, you can continue with that. Maybe the whole night, something like this.
Хорошо, Лана, ты можешь продолжить вот это вот, может быть, всю ночь какие-то такие движения делать.
Jump through the room and having some fun.
Прыгать по комнате, веселиться.
Сделаю укладку на
enjoy
волосы.
the connection with yourself. Okay.
И будучи в контакте со своим «я».
Помедленнее.
Yes.
But slow down, Victim.
Yeah. She will come. You will continue with her. But first of all, it's also important to feel again joy of life and feeling alive again.
Да, она придет к тебе, эта часть, но пока ты оставайся с собой, очень важно почувствовать вот этот контакт с собой и радость жизни, и вообще жизни.
Я не пойду, это она должна ко мне прийти.
I'm not gonna come to her. She has to come to me.
Я приду.
I will. For sure.
Okay, good. Then we're gonna finish this process, and maybe you say thank you to your resonance.
Тогда, Лана, можно закончить этот процесс. Поблагодари резонаторов и освободи их из резонанса.
Да, я спасибо тебе большое. Ты больше не я, ты Виктория. Жертва, спасибо тебе, ты больше не моя часть жертвы, ты Александра. Часть агрессор, ты больше не моя часть агрессор, ты Сергей. Мама, ты больше не моя часть мама, ты Екатерина.
Ekaterina, I rename you as Ekaterina.
Спасибо тебе, Франц, большое.
You're welcome. Welcome, Nana. Thank you for your courage to show you so vulnerable in front of so many people. Yes, and yeah, we see, there's the perpetrators from outside. If we have perpetrators from outside, we, in a way, we identify with them, and then they are inside us. And this is, of course, a difficult situation, because then the perpetrators are not only outside us, but they are within us. We take them with us wherever we go. And this needs to find a solution. And we have seen it's possible. It's possible to come out of this perpetrator-victim dynamic by focusing very clearly on our I. The I is the way out of the perpetrator-victim dynamic, the only way out. Yeah? Not fighting with the perpetrators, not trying to convince perpetrators to stop perpetration, or not trying to convince the perpetrators to love you, but just focusing on yourself. And this, of course, means, taking the courage that all these feelings that are stored in ourselves can show up. And at the same time, all the forces we have in us, inside us, all this life force, because the heart beating, it's, of course, it's a trauma feeling. But at the same time, this heart beating is life, the life force we have. So by getting access to our trauma feelings, we also get access to our life forces again. This is the way out of the perpetrator victim dynamic. And we see, step by step, one step after the other. We can't turn, if there's so much, as in Lana's case, so much coming together. The mother wants to kill her, then the father additionally, and the mother committing suicide. All those awful experiences, there's so much, and step by step, we can find the way out. Okay, so I think time it's passed by, and Christine also wants to announce something. Christine?
Okay, thank you, Franz, and thank you, Lana, for sharing your life. I'm sorry, because the overrun of the time, the German translator has to go. So sorry. Yeah, but I am very happy to announce that we have this initiative of building a IOPT informed society, and we've come up with the website that is called IOPT Informed Societies with IES.com. And very happy to say that it is being launched today. All right, and everybody can join this community. And if you, I think it's a good time to, especially during this difficult time, to connect in here and, to connect with the people from your country or from other countries, and also sharing your life and sharing your happiness and sharing your whatever that you want to share and whoever you want to connect with. It is a website that is built for that. Yeah, and I feel that it's already so precious to know our trauma, to be IOPT informed, and what more now we can get to know people who are IOPT informed from around the world. Yep, so also thanks to Franz, is absolutely excited about this. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of activities going on. It's a subscription. It's based on subscription basis. Of course, it is based on donation to support the website to continue. And I really welcome all of you to participate and, to first get yourself in it. Of course, anybody who needs any form of financial support, you can just write to me. And yeah, we can support you in any ways possible. Right, and I also want to thank everyone also tonight for being here. It is a difficult topic to talk about, destruction and all, and all the conflicts that's going on inside and outside. And we have a special help for those who are from Russia and Ukraine. And yeah, so wait for our email. We're going to email you all these upcoming events, and also special help for those who are from these two countries, hoping to, support you during this difficult time, and also to let you know that you are not alone. Yeah. So also we have got a Global France event that is upcoming. So I look forward to seeing all of you. Right, Franz, you have anything to add?
Okay, thank you, Christina. A couple of for your activities and doing so much to create this global community, IOPT community. Well, so it was quite a big event, many hours we spent together. I hope you get what you wanted from this event, and I hope to see you in the future.
Thank you.
Meet you again. Have a good
Thank you.
Have a good day, have a good night.
Okay.
Wherever you are. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Yes. Look out for our emails, okay?
Okay.
Email you all the information. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good night.
Good afternoon.